By one count, there are as many as 17 investigations surrounding Donald Trump, his family, his businesses, his campaign, and his presidency. And remember, there's going to be way more when the Democrats take over the House in just 2.5 weeks. So it is not surprising that the president is feeling a whole lot of pressure. He lashed out with a tweet storm on Sunday, slamming Michael Cohen, Jeff Sessions, the media, Democrats, and our role in all of this. At the same time, his lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, he went on the Sunday shows insisting while he was making quite the circus, there wasn't actually anything to see here.
They're looking at a non-crime collusion. The other guys are looking at a non-crime campaign violations, which are not violations. And they are the ones who are violating the law, the rules, the ethics, and nobody wants to look at this. This is ridiculous. And they're going around with this, and you're talking about all these other investigations. I'm telling you, George, they're going to go try to look for unpaid parking tickets.
Well, unpaid parking tickets still need to get paid. For a lot of us, it is easy to think that the president is facing just one big investigation, the one being run by special counsel Bob Mueller. But that's not the case at all. He's actually facing a number of individual investigations, and they target almost every entity that Trump has ever been involved with. Take a look at this. We mentioned the Russia investigation, now 580 days old. As special counsel Mueller's job it is to look into Russia's interference with the 2016 election and whether there was any coordination between Russia and the Trump campaign. But we also know that while the campaign was going on, the president allegedly directed his lawyer, Michael Cohen, to pay off alleged mistresses and then tried to cover it all up. That is the focus of a separate investigation by the Southern District of New York, and that one reportedly focuses on both the president and the Trump Organization. The organization is also under investigation by Democratic attorneys general in Maryland and D.C., who are looking into business transactions with foreign and state governments. Those could also be violations of the Emoluments Clause in the Constitution. But there's more. We learned from the Wall Street Journal that the Southern District of New York is also investigating Trump's inaugural committee, specifically how it raised and spent more than $100 million. A separate investigation by the New York State Tax Department is looking at Trump and his family business after a New York Times report suggested that they had underpaid taxes on Fred Trump's real estate empire for decades. And New York State authorities have also filed a lawsuit against the Trump Foundation, the foundation specifically naming the president himself, his son Don Jr., his son Eric, and his daughter Ivanka, and accusing them of repeatedly violating state and federal law governing New York State charities. Think about that, violating the law as it relates to charities. So let's recap. The president, the president's campaign, the president's inaugural committee, the Trump Organization, the Trump Charitable Foundation, and 3 of the president's children are all under investigation by state or federal authorities. It's a lot. The question now, how much is too much for the president's base or for his fellow Republicans?
There are a lot of unanswered ethical, legal, and factual questions. But clearly, this was not a good week for President Trump, nor for his campaign organization. Certainly, this is concerning. I don't mean to imply otherwise, but I'm going to wait until I